Hi there, Cancer. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 14th of September. Last week's solar eclipse is still very potently to the fore, and this is really encouraging you to communicate, to inform, whether it's ideas you have you want to share or to soak up those from other people. And with Jupiter really getting established in this area as well, your enthusiasm for all of this can really be enriched. But Jupiter is in opposition with Neptune all of this week. If you're reading something, watching a fantastic movie, or perhaps taking anything to do with the arts or photography, then you're going to be extraordinarily receptive to what's shared, and that can be very enlightening. Also, if you're having conversations about spiritual stuff, it can be interesting, but don't get too carried away. If you hear something new, keep a little bit of yourself in it, question things, check it out. But generally speaking, communication, yes, it's very, very powerful this week. But Mercury, the planet of communication, ironically, receives a blessing still this week from Venus, which can be great for you in terms of your financial situation. There could be some good news. Someone in the family could be generous to you or kindly. But on the other hand, Mercury continues to be challenged by Pluto, and this is a tough, tough aspect. It's one which suggests that however much you do try to communicate well or generously, you may encounter somebody who takes you to task, is scrutinizing your every word, is not so happy with what you're saying, and letting you know in no uncertain terms. And Mercury being, as it is, bound up in a part of your scope which can see your feelings go round and round your mind, but find it hard to actually articulate your more emotional needs, that also starts to go backwards in a retrograde on Thursday for 3 weeks. So it's not all plain sailing when it comes to communication, but there is the opportunity. But we just need to be conscious of how the opportunity plays out. And the solar eclipse that occurred just at the end of last week feeds into the lunar eclipse on the 28th of this month, which is going to be in Aries, suggesting that your emotional communication can just seem to come into the open a lot more in the next half year. Whether you're comfortable with this or not is down to you as an individual. But Uranus is also playing a role this week, continuing to forge a great link with Venus. And this is one which suggests that there could be financial opportunities through being creative, but in a more unusual way. So if something comes up that is very different that you learn about, don't dismiss it because it's just not something you're familiar with. In fact, be much more open-minded. Now, by Friday, the other key impact of this week comes when Saturn moves into Sagittarius. He's going to be here for the next 2.25 years. Of course, he was here for much of this year until 4 months ago. But now it really is going to be a case of much stricter conditions, I feel, around health, fitness, diet and work. And if you really apply yourself, all these areas can really be polished up marvellously well by the end of its transit through this sector. But it will ask you to be much more self-disciplined. So if you love the calorific goodies, or you do find it difficult to climb off the settee and be anything but a born-again couch potato, this is your opportunity to become much more motivated. If you're already pretty virtuous, try to find new information which can inform you even more. The more we drill down into food knowledge particularly, it's quite astounding what can be learnt about the type of things that we should use in terms of how we cook food, the ingredients, and some of it's quite different to what we've actually been told for quite some years. So that kind of knowledge can be an area that you can really burgeon around on the back of Saturn's transit. But you may have to really roll up your sleeves and show a lot of application when it comes to your daily work. And there may be times when you feel that it's all work and not a lot of play. But I do think if you stay receptive and can deal with that one individual who's close to you, doesn't seem to be completely satisfied by what you're saying, this week can still have plenty of bright moments. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.